Hello everyone, welcome to my HTML and CSS tutorial class. In this tutorial, we are going to be building a blog page, how a blog template should look like. So in the last tutorial that we did on HTML and CSS, we did a product page. So this is our product page, but for today we want to build a blog page. So let's just duplicate this tab and we type blog.html. If we click on enter, this is showing this because we've not created the file. So let's come to our code base. Just close this one. Then what do? We just right click on our root folder and create new, or better still, let's duplicate one of this and we'll call it blog.html. We'll save. Okay, so we'll change this one to blog. Every other thing stays. And the only thing we need to do now is to change this to blog news. A blog is just an article online where you can read news. So let's get rid of all this. We can leave the page section, but let's get rid of all these ones. So we have our section with a class of page section. So the next thing we do is we'll create a div. We'll give it the class of container. Inside it, we'll create a div. We'll give it another class of row. Then in this, we are going to create another div. I'll give it a div of column large 9. Column large 9. We'll change this to 9. So I'm coming. Then the next one. Okay. Now what we are doing is the opposite of the promotion. The product page. So this one will be 3. So we give this the class of blog form. It's going to pick the CSS star that we did for this blog form. Where is the blog form? Okay, so it's going to pick this star. Okay, so but this is the one that we are working with first. So it's best we comment the bottom part of each of them, so that now you can see, because of I have not closed the comments, you can see that every other thing has been commented. So it's important that you always close the comment. Okay, so let's just paste this and we'll copy this and we'll paste it here, change it to 3. Okay, so that's what we have. So let's work with our first column. So inside this first column, we're going to put an image there. Which one should we make use of? There are images of blog. Okay, let's use blog 1 the folder, that's img/blog1.jpg, blog1.jpg. Okay, so you can give it an alt attribute and just say blog image, and you might not be too confident about your network. Okay, so let's give it a space. Okay, so the next thing, this one is just a space that has a div. So the next thing now is to get like a paragraph content. Okay, so we'll give it a class of blog content. So what we need to do now is to get content. So let's just come online and see where they have let's just get anywhere that they wrote epistles there. All right, let's make use of this one. It's just a text. Okay, so we'll copy this one just to give it a space. The next thing is to have another paragraph tag. We'll give it a class of blog content 2. Okay, then inside it we'll open a bold tag, then we'll put a span. We'll give it a class of list icon. I think we've styled this list icon before. Okay, so the next thing we want to post here too is just like a small text. So let's make use of this one and paste it here. Okay, so let's also give it a space. Bam. And that's for that. And the next thing we need to do again, let's just copy this one and say blog content. Can just let's add one little text there. Okay, and actually put as many things here. So it's also having the class of blog content. So let's give this one another space. Then the next thing is we'll have like a footer there. So we have a div, we'll give it a class of blog footer. Inside of it we'll make a div, we'll give a div with a class of row, and inside it let's create another div that has a class of column large 6. Okay, so let's make a duplicate of it. Okay, let's just paste them. All right, so in this our first column, we are going to create another row that has 2 columns inside too. So we'll say div, give it we'll call it a class of column large 3, then inside, before let's duplicate this one. Now remind you, we have a first row, so inside the first row everything on that row should be 12. That's why we have our first 6 and this is the second 6. Now inside the first 6, now it has its own 12 too, so just make sure that your grid size is, by the time if you are dividing column, once you are adding them together, they must be 12. If it is more than 12, you need to correct it. If not, your page will be breaking. Okay, so inside this one, let's just give it a span and say 25. No, let's just give it 25, and here let's give it a class of blog footer date. Okay, so we'll copy this one, and this one is 3, so this one should be 9. Then we give it margin top 3, so we'll call it blog footer year. All these things are custom. Today's date is 19th. So we're in the month of February, so let's just put a break tag here. It's going to break that text into 2. All right, so let's move into the next column now. So inside this column, we are going to have add a class of margin top 4. Then we give it view count. So inside of it, we are going to have a span. We'll give it a class of FAFIs, is a font awesome class. Okay, that what we are trying to say, that there are 954 people that have viewed it. Let's put space here, then we add another span of 0, then we'll say class, we are giving it the class of comment. Okay, so we have our row. Okay, the next thing we need to do, let's copy this here. So we need to add like a tag and a form. There. Come in just a minute. My mouse is misbehaving. Okay. Okay. So after this space should be after our blog footer. Okay. So let's have a paragraph tag. So inside the paragraph tag, we're going to put the form there. So inside the paragraph tag, let's just say tags. Okay, I'll put span there, class of target list. Okay, this is where we wanted to use this target list for. Okay, So let's just bring it in, and let's just put it here, because I was wondering whether target list is coming from blog post page styling. We've not started styling, but we are still building up our page. So we have our target list, then let's just say cappuccino latte, and put anything you want there. Okay, this paragraph needs to have a class of tags, so that we don't need to loop another CSS tag for it. Okay, then this one too should also have another paragraph tag of category. Then let's just say coffee aroma, then espresso. Let's remove this hash sign here. Okay, so now let's try and add a form here. Now we'll say add comment. We'll give this h2 tag a class of comment heading. So underneath, let's just bold this. No, let's cut it, and let's put the bold tag there and paste it there back. Alright, so now we'll create another div, and we'll call it, we'll give it the class of comment form row justify center medium center. We want the form to be in the middle. Okay, we are not submitting the form, but let's create the form. So we're using our form tag. Okay, so our form doesn't need any class. We just need to put a div. Let's leave this. This one doesn't need any class. So let's just put this page, and let's give this one a class of text center, and let's give it an inline styling. So for you to do that, use the style attribute and use font size. Let's give it 16 pixels. Okay, so what should be inside this paragraph tag? We'll just say your email address will not be published. Required fields are marked asterisk. Okay, so inside this div, we'll create another div. I'll give it a class of form row. Okay, so we have another div. Please mind where all your div are closing. The div are like container. If it is not closed, the pages are going to be broken. So we'll give this a class of form group, then we'll give it colon sm12. You should use 12 for all screen sizes. Then we can say text area we give it a class of form control. Form control is a bootstrap CSS, then placeholder I will say comment. Let's give it an inline styling of an height of 150 pixels. Okay, so let's duplicate this row, this form row I mean. So we'll remove this. So inside here we are going to have an input field. Okay, this one will be an input. Then we set the type to text. We are not submitting the form, so we don't need the name attribute. So we give it a class of form control. Yeah, then placeholder say name, the ID input email 4. Give it a style. This ID is not a CSS or a custom listing. It's something that I came up with. We just want to use it to ID it. Okay, so we give it an inline styling of the height of 50 pixels. Okay, so let's duplicate this one too. We need the input field, so we just change this one to email. That means I can only type email address there. Let's just change this one to email too. Okay, so the last one now, we'll duplicate this one like a check button. So we need to add form check and text center. So what do we have here? We need an input. Now you might be wondering that where are all these things coming from? Everything that I'm doing is right here. This input this thing. If you want to see, there are many of them here. And if you come to the components where you have all these are components, then forms. This look at the forms checks. So it's not it's not that maybe I'm cramming it. I've actually worked with them once in a while, so I know how they look like. So this is the form. These are form control. The form, you can see the form label class. You see the class of form control that I'm using. So I didn't go and get it from anywhere. So I'm actually seeing them online. Okay, so let's continue. So we need to give this one an input with the type of check box. We don't need the name. We're not submitting the form. So we'll remove the name attribute. We just give it let's just give it a class of form check input. Then we give it an ID of example check 1. Okay, then it needs to have a label. The label is just like a text that will be on it. So the class is going to be form check label. Form check label. Then we need to give it for this. Okay, so once I'm done with this now, I'll save, then we'll go and look at how our page looks like. So we'll open a bold tag, then we'll say save my name, email, and website in this browser. That means you should check if you want your name and your email to be saved on this browser, so you should check it. But I'm not actually submitting the form anyway. Alright, so let's add a button there, and inside the button we just say post comment, since it's a blog page. So here we'll give it a class of btn, let's use success, then we use btn large, then text center. This text center puts every text inside, align them to the center. So let's save and let's look at our page now. This one that is showing 404 error. If we refresh it, okay, so this is our column now. Now this is the heading, this is the blog one image that we put, then this is the second. This everything on this left hand side is column 9, while this one is using column 3. Okay, so these are all these things have been styled before, so that's why we have this thing there. So then we have the form, this is the check button, and this is the post. So I've actually do justice to that. It's just to style them and make them look more nice. Okay, so let's just add few things on the right hand side so that it won't be blank this way. So what do we add? We're just going to add some brief thing there. Let's clone some things from here. Where is, okay, so let's just clone all these ones. It's going to pick their style in there, so put it here. We don't want to make it look this thing. Where is the search? Okay, so let's get this one too. Let's get this one. So this one is a search. Which other thing do we need there again? And this sorry, let's add I just say let's give it an h2 tag, and let's say archives. We'll still use one of this styling there, but this one will be title. So this one won't be list, this one is going to be title. Okay, so let's get one of these. Let's put them here. Let's just say December 2020. Let's duplicate this, this one is January 2021. Then we'll say February 2021. Okay, so let's save. Let's go back and refresh. All right, so I think that one is okay. It's just not to make it blank. So I think what we just need to do is just to give space in between all these ones and these ones too. So what do we do? What is that div that has this thing? Okay, so we'll copy this. We'll come to the category. Let's put this first space here, then we'll put the second one here, and I think we are good to go. Yeah, okay, so that's better. Just to so let's try and give some CS. All these ones have been styled already, that's why we have them there. Okay, we even have blog on the footer. We just link it. It doesn't link anyway, so we can link it. Just add a link since you've created. So once you created a blog, this thing, you create it there. All right, so instead of even this 0, if 959 people have read it and nobody commented, you need to go and rewrite your blog. Okay, all right, that's just a joke anyway. Let's just change it to like 20 comments. All right, so let's come to our styling now. Okay, so our styling, we need to style. I don't know why my mouse is malfunctioning tonight. So we need to style our blog content 2. The list icon has been styled already, so let's start with blog content, then we'll move to blog content 2. Okay, blog content, I'm coming just a minute. My mouse is misbehaving tonight. I don't know why. Okay, blog content, what CSS are we giving to it? All right, let's just copy one of these and put it here. I will say let's just increase this font size 18, then the font, this thing should be 100, the font width. So we duplicate this one. This is blog content 2, the same font size. This one is going to we will increase the font weight to 500, then we'll give it a padding left of 20 pixels. Let's save and see what we have. Okay, good. So what other things we need? I think we are done with the blog content and this tag. It's remaining this form and this view. Okay, how is my mouse doing this night? I apologize for the pause. Okay, all right, so let's start with the let's start with the blog. Let's deal with this one, then we'll go to the form. Now for the blog footer, you might be wondering where this is. This is where the blog footer is. So this is where we want to start. So the div that has the class of blog footer, that's where we want to start. So we need to give it a background color of let's use the one we use in our product page. That's F4, 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 F4. Okay, then we'll give it a width of 800 pixels and height of 80 pixels. Then we'll move to the footer blog date, blog year, view count. Okay, so for the blog footer date, we'll give it a padding left of 30 pixels. We'll give it a font size. We'll give it a font size of 50 pixels. We'll give it a color. Let's use one of our theme color. Let's use this one. This is like the good light color that we've been using. Then the font width should be 900. Let's push the font width and the font size together. Okay, so what happens when you hover on it? So the only thing that we're just changing is the color. We'll remove this padding left. When you hover on it, you should maintain the same color. So this one we use 244, 244. So let's move to the blog, year. So the blog footer, let's just go and copy it instead of trying to type it again. Then view count, blog year, then view count. For the view count, let's just give it a padding left of 250 pixels. Then for the blog year, let's just increase the font size to 16, and we'll save what we have to take a look at it. So why is the date and the year? I think there is something that we haven't started yet. Blog heading. Do we have something like blog heading here? What CSS tag did we give to it? Coming. This my mouse is really challenging tonight. Just pardon me. I'm trying to check if there is something that we've not added. Where is our blog page? Coming. Okay. Coming. Okay, let's start our comment heading and our comment form. Still, I'm trying to trace this what is it called? Okay, that's one of the thing about HTML and CSS. Once the styling is not there, you have to make sure you style it, so just make sure you take your time. Alright, so we'll give it this comment heading, that's add comments, this add comment, then this thing is in a container, so we'll give it a class of comment form. So this is it here. But for the comment heading, where is our font? This is the font we are using. Now you might be doing it on your own local listing and see that why is this font not showing? I'm using an online font, so that's the problem. Sorry for that pop-up. I'm using an online. All right. This is the font. This is the font listing I need. I need the font family. No. Okay. So let's say the font heading should be 30 pixels. So the comment form, let's give it a background color of F4, then padding top and padding bottom 50 pixels each. This one is bottom. So let's see and see what we have. Okay. This thing ought to be in the center, and this is the only thing that is left that we've not done. And what my guess is because of the padding. Okay, let's deal with each one of them. I think this should be inside here. Then where is this div closing? Okay. Or is it because of the put break here? Let's remove this break. Alright, so let's save and see what we'll have. Okay. the comment heading. Comment. This my mouse is really challenging today. Comment. The comment heading is supposed to be where? Fufa. Okay. From row. Okay. All these things supposed to be in the center, not in the middle. Is aligning it by the left. As a matter of fact, let's even space out this thing. Let's make this one and 2. We'll copy this one as well. No, we didn't want to cut it and paste it there. That's fresh. Okay, there's a bit of space now. I think the what we are trying to achieve, we are trying to make sure that this one is balanced inside this place. These ones are okay. These ones too are okay. We've completed it, but this thing ought to be in the center. It's coming to the left. Comment from okay. So let's go back to the bootstrap class and let's see how we can align our form to the center. There's a section where you can fill the form. Since they've removed it. Okay, let's check the layout. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the form of the layout, and we didn't put it here. Anyway, let's try and see how we can work around this. The add comment is okay, so I'm trying to put the form. I'm trying to put the form in line. So this one has a div. This one is okay. Let's just say form justify center. Refresh it. That one is worst. Form row. Refresh it. Let's see text center, and let's see what will happen. Nothing much. The form is actually in the center. I think what I guess is the problem is this comment form. Give it a padding top. Let's add a padding left to it. Refresh. Let's see what we have. That's exactly what we want to do. Let's just increase it a bit. Okay, so that's for the comments. So one of the things about CSS and HTML is that you just have to do it in such a way that it suits exactly what you are looking for. We're actually done with the page. Let's see if we can just bring this one up. Where is it? Blog, yeah. Let's see. Let's paste it here and let's see first. That's not the problem. So refresh. So we are actually done with the blog page. So this is just one of the template of how a blogs look like. I click on the blog news. What are the things you want it to show on the right hand side bar? Then we have the content itself, the tags, and where people can post, comment, and the rest. So every other thing has been custom made. That we've done it from the previous thing, like all this heading, this nav bar, and this footer of subscribe, and yeah. So just work on your own and work around it and how to page it. Watch other tutorials on HTML and CSS on how you can develop web pages using ordinary HTML and CSS without any attachment or attache. So thank you very much for staying with me. So please do I would love to see our comments. I love to see that you like the video, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. My name remains Amos. Bye for now. I'll see us at the next tutorial.